Hey guys, thank y'all for coming out. It's a beautiful day. We're going to get some really nice weather today. Just real quick before we go over the names, something kind of been thinking about lately. I've been seeing a lot, not just with law enforcement, but in other areas, talking about suicide. The holidays are here, and this is normally whenever suicides do increase. So just keep in mind, whenever you see an officer out, you don't know what kind of day they're having. Just give them a pat on the back, shake the hand. Tell them you appreciate them, let them know you're on their side. All that stuff really goes a long way. So, I'll go with the first name. First guy on our list is Robert Houghton, United States Department of Homeland Security, Customs and Border Protection, United States Border Patrol. Border Patrol agent Robert Houghton died while attempting to locate a group of 7 suspected illegal aliens in the area of Mount Washington, south of Patagonia, Arizona. He and 2 other agents had gone to the area after a ground sensor was activated at 1 p.m. indicating that 7 subjects were in the area. During the ensuing search, one of the subjects was taken into custody. The agents began a search for Agent Houghton when he failed to respond to radio transmissions. He was found unresponsive with a head injury, possibly from falling on rocks at approximately 4:15 p.m. Due to the remote and rugged nature of their location, they were unable to immediately move him for transport. The agents performed CPR and provided medical aid for more than 2 hours until he could be carried down the steep mountainside. He was flown to a hospital in Nogales, where he was pronounced dead. An investigation is underway to determine what caused the injury and death. Agent Houghton had served with the United States Border Patrol for 10 years and was assigned to the Tucson sector. He is survived by his wife, son, mother, brother, and sister. He was 44 years old.
Trooper Peter R. Steffen, Indiana State Police, Indiana, end of watch Friday, October 11th. Trooper Peter Steffen was killed in a single vehicle crash on Old State Road 25 near Stair Road while responding to assist another trooper who was holding several suspects at gunpoint. His patrol car left the roadway as he entered a curve and overturned before striking a utility pole. He succumbed to his injuries at the scene. Trooper Steffen had served with the Indiana State Police for 4 years. He is survived by his wife and 6-month-old daughter. Age 27, tour 4 years.
Deputy Sheriff Matthew Ryan Jones, end of watch Friday, October 11th, 2019. Deputy Sheriff Matt Jones was struck and killed by a vehicle as he and the chief of Riceville Police Department assisted a disabled motorist on Texas 6 near County Road 190. Another vehicle approaching the scene hydroplaned on the wet road surface and struck both officers. Deputy Jones was killed and the police chief was seriously injured. Deputy Jones' canine partner was in their patrol car and was not injured. Deputy Jones has served with the Falls County Sheriff's Office for 4 years. He is survived by his wife, parents, and siblings.
Captain Albert Torres, Los Angeles Department of Recreation and Parks, California, end of watch, Saturday, October 12th, 2019. Captain Albert Torres suffered a fatal heart attack while patrolling areas affected by the Saddle Ridge Fire, a wildfire covering over 8,000 acres that destroyed more than 20 homes and prompted mandatory evacuations of 100,000 residents in the area. He had completed a 14-hour shift of patrolling parks and remote areas in the evacuation zone in the San Fernando Valley. He reported back to the command center at Hanson Dam before returning to park headquarters in Griffith Park. He collapsed after telling other rangers he did not feel well. He was transported to a local hospital where he died the following morning. Captain Torres has served with the Los Angeles Department of Recreation and Parks for 40 years. He is survived by his wife, daughter, and son.
Deputy Sheriff Jacob Otto Almonder. Deputy Sheriff Jake Almonder was struck and killed by his patrol car on Ferry Lake Road in the Bridger Mountain Range. He and another deputy were responding to the area to check on the welfare of a stranded motorist. Their patrol Tahoe started to slide backward on ice. They attempted to drive up an incline while looking for the motorist. Deputy Almonder exited the vehicle as it slid but became trapped beneath it. Deputy Almonder had served as a deputy with the Gallatin County Sheriff's Office for 2 years. He had previously served as a dispatcher and a search rescue volunteer for over 8 years. He is survived by his wife, 3 children, and parents. He He was 31, and badge number was 677.
Deputy Sheriff Brian Ishmael, El Dorado County Sheriff's Office, California, and to watch Wednesday, October 23, 2019. Deputy Sheriff Brian Ishmael was shot and killed while responding to a call reporting the larceny of marijuana plants in the area of Sand Ridge Road and Mount Acom Road in the rural Somerset community. The subject operating a marijuana grow had observed several men stealing plants at approximately 12:30 a.m. and stated that a vehicle was parked at a neighborhood home. Deputy Ishmael and an off-duty deputy from the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office, who was riding along with him, responded to the area. Shortly after 1 a.m., he broadcast that shots had been fired. Deputy Ishmael and the off-duty deputy both exchanged shots with multiple subjects. Deputy Ishmael was shot and killed, and the off-duty deputy was wounded during the shootout. 2 men, one of whom was wounded, were taken into custody by responding officers. The 911 caller was also arrested after it was discovered he was a business partner of the shooters and failed to disclose a relationship to police. A 4th subject was arrested several days later after an investigation revealed that the marijuana grows were illegally contracted by a subject in Mexico. All 4 subjects, including at least one of whom is an illegal alien, have been charged by both state and federal deputies. Deputy Ishmael had served with the El Dorado County Sheriff's Office for 4 years and had previously served with the Placerville Police Department. He is survived by his wife and 3 children.
Detention Officer Gene Lee of Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, Arizona. End of watch Wednesday, October 30th, 2019. Detention Officer Gene Lee succumbed to injuries sustained the previous day when he was assaulted by an inmate Lower Buckeye Jail. The inmate attacked Officer Lee without provocation, grabbing him by the neck and sweeping his legs out from below him. Officer Lee suffered a severe head injury when his head struck the concrete floor. Other officers and jail medical staff provided aid until he was transported to Banner University Medical Center. He died the following day without regaining consciousness. Officer Lee had served the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office for 6 years. He is survived by his wife, 2 children. He was 64. So, thank you guys again for coming out. We got a lot of people that fight really hard for our freedom to do this and feel safe. So, you guys coming out here to honor these guys is